Hello folks, Uncle Roddus here with some more records to show. Not many, just a few. Still got some more in the post coming, but quickly, I've shown this before. This is what's playing in the background. Another round, Sin City. Auckland band with a couple of members of the Cavemen, who are a raucous punk rock garage type band. This is a bit more a bit more accessible, you might say. I mean, the Cavemen are fantastic. I've seen them live a couple of times. These guys, actually, they are coming finally down to Christchurch, because I did say to them, one of the guys, when I saw them play last time, that I really enjoyed their last LP, their first album they put out, Sin City, which had a bit more of a Burrito Brothers feel to it. Although this is similar, but not quite the same. But this is a good album, but it isn't gelling as good as the first one. But it was pretty cool. Anyway, I decided to take a plunge and get some of these reissues, because it's a track path I didn't actually go down back in the day when they first came out. But I had a bit of credit with my wholesalers and my PowerPoint, so I decided to get them to purchase these for me. And so these are all fairly recent reissues. So this is the Temple of the Dog 2016 reissue. Double LP version. So this is like Mother Love Bone and Chris Cornell from Soundgarden got together, and then Eddie Vedder plays on a couple of tracks, sings on a couple of tracks. So yeah, it's kind of like Pearl Jam +1, but this was before Pearl Jam, or just as Pearl Jam were getting together, I believe. So I was familiar with the record, but I don't know if I'd ever heard it actually. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty good record. So I enjoyed it. And I say I didn't. My focus back then was Nirvana. Nirvana were the big grunge band for me, of course, like many of us. I remember reading about Nirvana and some of the other grunge, pop grunge acts previously, before the big Nevermind hit. The New Music Express had focused on that scene a little bit. They talked about Mudhoney and Tad and Nirvana. Don't recall them mentioning Green River, to be honest, which they probably should have, or they probably could have, and I just don't remember because it's 30 plus years ago. But I had listened to that Green River record. I need to get my hands on it. It's really good. And then I picked up some records by this band, another band from back in the day that I hadn't actually. I was familiar with a couple of songs, of course. Again, this is a double LP release, just on black vinyl, from 2020 reissue. I really like this. Is a good LP. I quite like this one a lot. And then, I mean, I've seen these flashed up on one of the Facebook pages that I like to hang out on a lot, and these get shown quite a lot. So I was obviously familiar with a couple of tracks off this. I think Them Bones, this was the opening track, was quite familiar to me. I have that on a compilation somewhere. And the last track, I think it was on side D, was quite familiar to me, but the rest of it's not. I actually liked Facelift better than I like Dirt. This is a 2022 reissue on this kind of yellow vinyl. Yeah, so that's cool. It's good to have these. I didn't have to pay for them, so that was cool. But I've sort of seen them in JB's quite a bit, and I've sort of been thinking about picking them up, and that, and I never got around to it, because generally when I go there I'm looking more for the jazz stuff. And I also picked up this one here, this EP, 6-track EP from 19 94. This is a 2024 reissue of this. Just on the black vinyl, I think. Yeah, just on the black vinyl. I mean, it's not far off being a full LP. It's 6 tracks. It plays at 33. But yeah, this gets posted quite a lot in that group. So it's quite a popular one. So yeah, pretty cool. Hit songs, 3 hit songs it's shown on here. I can't remember if I remembered them or not. I think I probably did know them. Anyway, so that was cool. So they've been getting a bit of playtime. They arrived last week. And I should get around to posting some more videos because I am way behind. So I got on Fishpond. I haven't shopped on Fishpond for quite some time actually. One of the reasons I sort of stopped was I was getting more familiar with the local record scene and record shops and that sort of stuff, and also because I was buying so much New Zealand stuff. Fishpond is a New Zealand site, but they do ship a lot of stuff from overseas. But their prices are pretty good, and I was sort of chasing up some records, and I was thinking, you know, I had a quick look on Fishpond and see what they kind of cost, and they were actually quite cheap. So I ended up ordering about 4 records through Fishpond, and 3 of them have arrived. One's still on the way, but I picked up this one because I've been getting all of them, and I believe I do have all of the Bob Dylan bootleg series, but only on vinyl since about volume 12. The rest of them are previous to that are on CD. My wife actually, I was collecting them before I started buying vinyl again. My wife did buy me a bunch of them for Christmas one year, even though she hates Bob Dylan. I took her to the Bob Dylan concert in Christchurch. He played here in 2007. He's played here again since, but I just won't go and see him anymore. Because we really hated the concert. We just couldn't recognise any of the music that he played, and I just, the only time I could pick a song that I knew was if I listened carefully to the lyrics he was singing, because the songs were completely unrecognisable, and that really pissed me off actually, because I know Bob Dylan doesn't like playing songs the same way ever, but he's got so to the stage now where the songs are just totally unrecognisable. And he didn't acknowledge the audience, he didn't speak to the audience. The only thing he did do was introduce the band at the end of the gig. It's one of the worst gigs I've been to, so I won't go and see him again. As much as I love his music and his records, if he's not prepared to play the stuff though we actually know what he's playing, you know, then it's just not for me. So bootleg series 17. So this is the double LP version, four vinyl LP actually. So it comes as 2 doubles. This one is a stripped back version of the Time Out of Mind LP. I've listened to this and it's bloody good. I haven't listened to the original Time Out of Mind. I've only got it on CD, but I haven't listened to it for bloody ages. And I keep thinking, I think they need to get it out and have a listen to it and see, because it says in the notes that they stripped it back, so it's a bit more minimalist than the original release. So I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I played it, and I was thinking, yeah, well, it does sound different. I'm pretty sure from my memory, but I have to really get it out and play the original just to make sure. And then the other one is the fragment, so the outtakes, the double LP of outtakes and alternative takes, which some of these sound more like the original LP than the ones on the other LP do actually. So yeah, and then there's a cool fancy book, nice big 12-inch book. So that's cool. I picked that up for a reasonable price. Off Fishpond. Fortunately, it turned up alright. One of the reasons I did stop using Fishpond in the past was their packaging is really poor for a record. They don't really make a big effort, and luckily they've been tuning up in one piece. So that's a bonus, but it is a risk. But their prices are good. And the last couple I got through them because these were really quite expensive. And I mean, okay, you know, you'll see why in a minute because of who they are. But I wasn't really wanting to pay $150, $145 for a copy. They're a triple LP. But yeah, that's kind of pricey, eh? So I managed to pick them up for less than 130 each. So they're still pretty expensive. But anyway, yeah, here it is. Everybody knows this. Yeah, this is the 2023 expanded, reissued, remastered, using some sort of AI technology that Peter Jackson has. That's what I believe. These were. So, yeah, this one arrived first. And I played it, and I was thinking, and I was sitting here where I'm sitting now, which is not the ideal spot to be listening to my stereo because my speakers are actually towed in for a lot closer listening position and blah blah. I don't know what. This is not the best spot unless I'm just. And I was thinking, this doesn't sound as good as I was expecting, and that. But if I'm actually lying on the couch just next to me here, one of the speakers is kind of directed at the couch, and actually it's not an ideal listening spot, like sitting in the centre of the room in between, but actually everything sounds fucking good over there, and I listen to a lot of stuff lying on that couch because I'm a lazy bastard. So I listened to this again while I was actually lying over that couch and had it cranked up, and yeah, this sounds absolutely fabulous. It's slightly different. Some of the remixes are slightly different. I couldn't quite pinpoint what the differences are. I'd really have to do a comparison. I only have these on CD, the original ones. Probably in the early 2000s. I mean, release on CD, I don't know for sure, because to be honest, when you go into Discogs, there's like nearly 700 versions of this record. But anyway, it's got an extra LP with 12 extra tracks, which I thought some of the selections were pretty good. I mean, I saw her standing there as a classic Twist and Shout, of course. Some of the other ones, you know, I mean, Taxman, of course, is cool. And Tomorrow Never Knows. I mean, they're all great songs, but you know, a few people made comments. They could have thought of some better ones to put on there. This Boy, Roll Over Beethoven, You Really Got a Hold on Me. We didn't really need the cover versions that they've got, but the rest of them are all still originals. But anyway, but it does sound stunning. And then a couple of days later, the second one arrived. This is my favourite one, the more advanced. Excuse me. Yeah, the more advanced material, I call it. I mean, the second half of their career is more my favourite. And so yeah, it's just, I mean, wall to wall brilliance, of course. And that actually, to be honest, sides 4 and 5, the original, sides 3 and 4 of the original, are my favourite. The extra tracks, there's only 9 extra tracks on this third LP on this one. There's that new Now and Then, which they reconstructed a song of John Lennon's, which is okay. But then it's got Blackbird, which is brilliant. Dear Prudence, brilliant. Glass Onion is a song I really do like. With You and Without You. Hey Bulldog, Oh Darling, I Mean Mine. And I Want You, See She's So Heavy. That fills out quite a lot of the last side, that I Want You, which is it's a brilliant song. Again, I could have thought of some other. Personally, I could substitute a couple of those songs for some other ones that I prefer. But to be honest, the original 2 LPs, and that's what's on the first 2 of the LPs, is exactly the same original track listing. It's pretty comprehensive. So yeah, that's. I actually saw a site that did have a box set. You could buy these in a box, and they came in a box. Of course, they wanted $300 for it, so that's like $150 each record. So anyway, they didn't have that; it was sold out. So I opted for the cheapest option. They turned up all in one piece. They do sound stunning. Like I say, there is some subtle differences. Someone made a comment about the Walrus. I own the Walrus. The remix of that is quite different from the original. I'd have to pull out the original. I've got on CD to see what the differences are. But some people didn't like it. I didn't mind it at all. It sounded pretty cool. There's nothing violently different about these songs that are really going to fucking polarise people, I don't think. I mean, to me, they sound pretty original. There's just the mix is slightly different. Paul's bass has been brought out quite a lot on these. I saw someone made a comment about 60s records. Back in the 60s, you could never hear the bass guitar. I've got a couple of original Beatle LPs and I can still hear Paul's playing on my system. They're good clean copies. But anyway, I love these. I do love these LPs. They are just wall-to-wall fantastic tracks on them. So yeah, that's me. I do have a bunch more records coming through Fish Pond. Some bargains. Not bargains, perhaps. My wife brought me from the library some uncut magazines, and I've been reading through it. Well, this is one I've read wall to wall. Unfortunately, I got a bit carried away with some of the reviews and that and records in there, and I got on Spotify and had a listen to several of them, and I ended up going on Fish Pond and buying a whole bunch, about 5 of them. So it cost a fucking lot of money to read that magazine. Anyway, my record's finished. I've finished blabbing. I'm going to leave you to it. Catch you next time.